That's nostalgic. This brings back memories.
텐션해.
That's nostalgic.
I'm down for anything.
Yes, well done. You're all doing an excellent job carrying out Shure Pipi. Can you feel yourself accumulating even more kulipas? Just hang in there for a little longer. Now, do you understand? This is true Shure Pipi. Then, with hearts full of naught but gratitude, let us all utter a prayer of thanks. Heptonost. To those of you watching at home, I am Munan Suzuki, and I once took the world by storm. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about me. Yes? Did you need something? Apologies, but I'm currently in the middle of recording.
Fine then. I won't beat around the bush. Are you the Munan Suzuki?
Oh, you know who I am? Oh, well, that pleases me greatly. But yes, indeed, I am the one and only Munan Suzuki himself. Would you care to join us in practicing Shure Pipi?
What's your angle here? Are you trying to spread the teachings of Munan Shoheb Donast again?
Pardon me, but might I ask who you are? Were you a victim of the Order's scheme, or...?
No, not exactly.
Well, if you're here to make a mockery of me, then please excuse me. As I've said earlier, we are in the middle of recording.
So you're finding folks online to convert. I heard you were done with that sort of thing.
Seems you know quite a bit about me, but I'm afraid you have the wrong idea. This isn't about proselytizing.
Really now? You say that, but what you're doing here looks pretty suspect to me. I can't stand back and watch if more people are being conned into joining a cult.
Well, I'm used to people calling me a sham. I certainly don't blame you for not looking the other way. But rest assured, I no longer pose the same threat you assume I do.
Hey, Moonon! What's the holdup? Teach us more about Shure Pipi.
Moonon, over here! Am I getting more kulipas? Shure pipi, shure pipi!
See those people? They are merely looky-loos who came to observe a viral internet sensation, and not true believers of Moonon Chohept Onast. They have only gathered here today because they find me a funny man, not because they worship me as a guru.
Then what's the point of these videos?
Well, you see,
Oh, found it. The batshit guru of the bullshit religion. What, you think you'll trend?
What now?
I thought they put you in the slammer for fraud. Shit, man, don't tell me you're brainwashing little kids now.
You guys don't have a damn clue, do you? Not a single damn clue about how many lives this phony ruined in the past.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry, I'm just gonna get going now.
Hey, you know these guys?
I don't, no. But I get harassed by people like them fairly often. Anyone and everyone can watch my videos after all. They must be aware of my past transgressions, and as such, in their minds, they are the ones exacting justice.
The Order of Moonon Chohept Onast, was it? The hell are you thinking, spreading videos of this shit?
Your anger is not misplaced, but please understand, this is how I intend to atone for my sins. So, good sirs, would you kindly leave me be? I assure you I shall neither disturb the public nor stir up unrest.
If you didn't want to kick up trouble, then shitty influencers like you shouldn't even exist in the first place. So you want to atone, do you? Then how about you go kill yourself? Go jump in front of a train.
Yeah, the ocean's close too. At least you make yourself useful and feed the fishes.
You're saying you usually have to deal with this? Then why upload these videos? You're only attracting more attention.
Hey, stay out of this, pal. We ain't through with him, not yet. So hurry up and get lost already.
You see, the point of my videos is to explain the methods that I myself have once employed as the leader of a cult. And I hope that by uploading them online, they'd be of aid to someone.
What do you mean?
The Shure Pipi practice just now is an example of exerting pressure. When faced with a group performing the same action, an individual will feel forced to conform. Shure Pipi takes away an individual's ability to think for themselves, and how well they perform is reflected as points we call kulipas. By doing so, we can rank the devotees and tell them that the only way to accumulate more kulipas is by offering ringchos. In other words, paying titherants, tithes. That's how a cult rakes in large sums of donations. If I can spread the word about these practices, then new and emerging cults won't be able to prey on innocent people. Some viewers have even commented on my videos, saying they helped them see through a scam.
Bullshit! You're just an ex-convict bragging about your crimes for the views. You think we'd let that slide?
I make practically nothing from my videos, and what meager amount I do earn, I donate to a support group for the victims. There is no end to my atonement.
I see. So that's what you've been doing.
Seriously, old man? Talk about gullible. This guy's a con. No doubt he's making this shit up as he goes, dumbass. He's a threat to society, and it's only right we make an example out of him.
I trust Munan Suzuki's word. Excuse me for being gullible.
Damn it! Let go of me, asshole!
Return this man's tripod and apologize. If you want to rave about justice, then at least keep your own manners in check.
Cult guru strikes again. Took no time at all for him to brainwash another sucker. I don't get how people flock to you. You sick fucks give me the creeps!
Let's beat him down.
Allow me.
Try and stop me.
Let's get it done! No begging for that.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Poker right.
Ass picking time! Now
Allow me.
let's get it done!
Try and stop me. Too bad.
Excuse me, but would you happen to be Kiryu-san? We first met in Onomichi, correct? Where we dismantled the cult together, you and I. You've changed quite a bit since then. I apologize for not recognizing you right away.
Sorry, but you got the wrong guy. My name's not Kiryu.
What? It's not? That's a little strange.
What is?
When I said I was atoning for my past sins, you believed me even though you had no reason to. You could have told me I was just all talk, considering the fact that I did time for fraud. But if you were Kiryu-san, then it makes sense why you'd trust my word. When you helped me bring down the cult in Hiroshima, you gave me the push I needed to walk the straight and narrow. I've only gotten this far thanks to you. Do you happen to remember, Kiryu-san? What you said before we went our separate ways?
Again, I'm sorry, Munan Suzuki-san. You've got the wrong guy. I should go now.
Wait, please, Kiryu-san! It is you, isn't it? For us to have met here of all places, it must have been divine intervention. How do I appear to you now? Do you believe I truly am atoning for my sins?
If there really is a divine being out there, I'm sure he'd be lenient on a guy who faces his sins head on.
So it really is you, Kiryu-san. That's the exact same thing you said the last time we parted ways.
Sorry, Munan Suzuki. This is all I can do for you right now. Good luck. Feels like just yesterday. That's nostalgic. This brings back memories. Feels like just yesterday. I remember this. This brings back memories. That's nostalgic. This brings back memories.
Actually, son.
Ah, that takes me back.
I've got...
This brings back memories. Feels like just yesterday. That's nostalgic.
Rest those bones.
It's good to see you, Suzuki-san.
Thanks. All right if I stop in?
No need to ask. You're always welcome here, friend. Sir? Is there something on my face?
No, of course not. I apologize.
Just a little joke I have. After all, there's always something on my face.
Can I ask, have you been in Yokohama a long time?
Well, now, I haven't kept count. Must be over a decade at this point.
That is quite a while. One more question, sorry. Do you happen to have a favorite food?
Good question. Why do you ask?
Cold noodles. Any chance you're, partial to them?
Guilty as charged. I do fancy a bowl now and again, yes.
It's just... I once knew someone who preferred them as well. He was practically an older brother to me. And you bear such a striking resemblance to him. I couldn't help thinking that, maybe... Forgive me. This isn't your concern.
Nonsense, sir. So long as I'm proprietor, my customers' concerns are my own.
Makes me feel a bit better to hear that.
Suzuki-san, I get the sense you've endured some hardships. Enough time spent behind a bar, you can read most by their face alone.
Then tell me, bartender, what do I have on my face?
You were always strong, so you never learned to ask for help. And too few know when you've been hurt. That's the impression I get, anyway.
I see.
I'm joking again. That's how almost every man starts seeing himself past middle age. Especially the ones with such worn and chiseled faces.
Sounds like that must apply to you, too.
Before I came to own this place, I also lived in a world with no room for weakness. Forget it. It's not important.
Whatever you say.
Let me put it like this. I was raised believing that vulnerability was the enemy of survival. I carried that dogma with me for too long. Is it the same for you, perhaps, Suzuki-san?
Are you saying your outlook's changed since then?
I accept help when offered now, to one degree or another, while trying to give those around me whatever help I can. And I'm content with how things are. Maybe that's what it means to have a real home. And to do more with life than just survive it.
That's an admirable point of view.
You've fought so many battles and loved so many people. Maybe all that's left of you are your scars. How could anyone call this a just world when men like you can't be promised a good, proud ending?
Come on. How do you know you say that to all the guys?
I'm saying it to you. Saying it as someone who's found a happiness here that I worry you never could. Again and again, you've been denied peace and rest. You've been denied something as precious as your name itself. But right now, for this one moment, you have people willing to help you if you ask them to. After all the tragic mistakes, their camaraderie is what proves you're still a noble man.
Hey, is it just me, or are they staring at us right now?
The bartender's never usually so chatty. Wonder what they're saying.
I can't simply tell you to embrace vulnerability, but try depending on them while you can. After all, you're getting up there in years. You're almost too big to be told what to do.
It's uncanny. You're so much like him, bartender. My old Aniki in another life.
May I say, sir, that if the day does come when you're able to take back your name, I'd like to see you then. We'll speak frankly. Neither of us will have anything left to hide. I'll pour you a drink worthy of yourself that day. On the house. Naturally.
For what it's worth, I liked this drink too. I think I should go. Thank you for the conversation, bartender.
The pleasure was mine, friend. Always happy to help.
Appreciate it. So long.
Now you know why it's called Survive. Names are such powerful things.
We gonna fight some more?
That's nostalgic. Ah, that takes me back. Ah, that takes me back.
Hey, I'm in good shape.
Ginshirine? Has this always been here?
Come on, come in! Come one, come all, and get your fill of sushi!
Ah, don't tell me.
Quit your jabbering and stuff your pie hole with sushi! Don't be shy, sit your bum down and enjoy!
What the hell is she doing?
What's this? A customer?
Ah, damn.
Oh god, my first customer this whole week! Welcome!
I'm, Suzuki.
Oh my gosh! It's Kiryu-san! You just up and disappeared one day, so I thought you gave up the ghost somewhere. I never thought I'd meet you here, of all places. How did you even hear about this place?
Koyuki told me, actually.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, please come this way. Come on, come in and get your fill of sushi.
Sure thing.
It's been so long, Kiryu-san. Like, what, 15, 16 years?
Has it now? Time really does fly. Can't believe a legendary hostess is making people sushi. Now I've seen it all.
Did that surprise you?
It did, yeah. So why sushi?
Well, I've always wanted to run my own restaurant. Didn't matter how big or small it'd be. And since my specialty is chirashi sushi, I just figured, why not give it a shot with my best dish? You know?
Not a bad plan. The fact that you can put your hard-earned money toward making your dream a reality is impressive in itself. So, how's business? Doing well?
Yeah! No, not at all. I make a pretty mean bowl of chirashi, too. Maybe it just doesn't pair well with booze?
Maybe. Who knows? But you used to be known as the legendary hostess, right? So if you called up some of your old customers, they'll definitely come running.
Yeah, I know, I could, but I can't. Doesn't feel right, you know?
How so?
I mean, if people only ever came here to see me, wouldn't you feel bad for the food? Because then it doesn't matter what I make for them. I shouldn't have to rely on my old rep when I'm trying to run a sushi place. It's just not right. It'd be a totally different story if I had a bar instead, or a joint that runs on service and hospitality. But at my place, the chirashi belongs in the limelight. I want people to come for my sushi, not me.
Well said. Classic Yuki.
You think so?
I do. Sure, at first glance, things may seem overwhelming, but you've got your own principles and ideals, and you never let yourself get carried away. It's very like you. You could have gone with the trends to keep Foreshine on top for over 10 years, but I'm sure it was just as important to you to strike the right balance between old and new. You stayed the best of the best because you managed to do exactly that. You've got what it takes to be a great business owner. Probably.
You really think so?
And your laugh's as creepy as ever.
But it doesn't change the fact that my place ended up being a total flop. I've got so much time on my hands, I get so bored.
Koyuki told me you were super busy, though. Did you lie to her?
Well, yeah, I had to. I mean, I kept raving to her about taking on a new challenge, so telling her I've got nothing but time on my hands is so lame. I don't want her to worry about me either. If I told her my place was practically a barren wasteland, I feel like she'd swing by every single day.
Fair point. Koyuki admires you a lot. Always has, always will.
That just made my whole day. The only reason I can even try all these new ventures is because someone as reliable as Koyuki-chan supporting me. I really appreciate her. But she's always been a hard worker. I'm a little worried she'll collapse out of sheer exhaustion one day.
About that. Things are looking a little rough on her end right now.
Huh?
Her club's about to have its grand opening, but they're short on staff because some guys have been harassing them. Koyuki's been doing what she can, but the new club's pretty big. I don't know if she can handle all the customers when it opens for business. Doesn't look like she's feeling great either.
Oh gosh, really? I'd totally lend her a hand if she told me.
She just didn't want you to worry about her. Even said she didn't want to drag you down since you told her how busy you were.
Oh, I'm not really that busy though. Guess it's on me for trying to show off. Now I feel awful. Kiryu-san, would it be wrong if I help out Koyuki-chan? Do you think it'd annoy her?
Why are you asking me about what Koyuki'd think? I'm sure you already know the answer yourself.
Yeah, you're right, Kiryu-san. Thank you. No more being distant. Whenever Koyuki-chan's in a pinch, I'll always be there to help her. The two of us are like sisters, after all. I'm gonna pack up, get ready to head out to Kamurocho and all. I hope you'll come for Forshine's grand opening, too.
If I have the time.
All right, time for this old lady to show off what she's got.
Feels like just yesterday. That's nostalgic. Seems like the chief went through a lot before he ended up here. I'm thinking he was ready to tell me some of it. One of the men in the photo must have been him in his younger days. I wonder, should I ask him about it? Chief, about that photo you showed us. Who was that person with you?
Oh, him. That was my old boss. We used to work at the local factory. Must have been about 10, 20 years ago. Might as well be ancient history now.
Back when the sun shined a little brighter for you, you mean?
Something like that. We've been trudging along a dark and thorny path, you and I. If only we had done a single thing different. Maybe we'd be walking with our heads held a little higher. Yet, here we are now, somehow in each other's company. An odd, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Anyway, one on the right's me, on the left was my boss. We called him Captain down at the factory. When I started working after high school, he was the one showing me the ropes.
If you've been working straight out of high school, you must have worked a long time.
I may not look the part now, but I was once a master mechanic. Couldn't be beat. But when automation took over the industry, it became apparent that my work was unnecessary. Eventually, they stopped hiring younger folk. We knew for years the number of applicants was tapering off. Not that there was anything I could do about it. The skills I spent a lifetime honing could be executed a dozen times faster by robots. Naturally, the company moved forward with plans to restructure, and Cap himself had the honor of giving me the boot.
That must have been hard, for you and the captain.
Cap, well, he and I were like family. But if he didn't fire me, then he'd be the one out on the streets. That left him with only one option, to hand me my dismissal. At that time, I was almost 50. I thought my whole life was over. But then, he said that he'd quit with me, that he'd look after me.
He did that for you?
Wasn't like he had any job security either. Our jobs were destined to disappear. I was merely the first in line. So, we walked out the door one final time, side by side. And sure enough, the place was shuttered soon after. After so many years of service, the severance pay was peanuts. At least we didn't have any families to feed.
And that's how you ended up homeless?
Yeah. That's when I started to camp here. Had I been alone, I would have died a dog's death real fast. Cap was a lot smarter than me. The man took to his new lifestyle quickly. Occasionally, there'd be folks harassing us, but he'd take the lead and fight back. Everyone around him started to trust him, and eventually, he inherited the title of chief.
So you can only become chief through succession?
That's right. It's a practice that's lasted generations. There have even been times when folks from the underground, would make us do them favors in exchange for protection. And Cap, stout-hearted man that he was, didn't flinch. As chief, he'd do anything to protect us. He continued to shoulder the burden all by himself, till his body gave out. He didn't bother seeing a doctor, but I bet he knew he had late-stage cancer.
Since you're the chief now, that means he...
I called out for him one morning about 7, 8 years ago, but he was dead in his tent. I think it was the most peaceful I've ever seen him, and maybe it was. Because he could finally set aside the heavy burden that had been weighing him down. Me.
And that's why you took on his role? To start paying it forward?
Exactly. The entire time he was with me, I never took responsibility for anything. And now, at my ripe old age, I finally get a taste of the constant pressure he was under.
Chief.
Nobody's filled me in on why you were forced into hiding, going as far as erasing your name. But I've heard you're not taking care of your illness, even though you're still giving Kasuga aid. A lot like what Cap did with me.
Something like that, yeah.
If you find that living is no longer worthwhile, the final call is yours. There's no law saying you gotta see a doctor if you're sick. However, if by any chance you change your mind, you can always come back here. You're welcome to stay at the camp for as long as I'm chief. I never got the chance to repay Cap's kindness, but I figure helping people like you is a step in the right direction.
Well, I appreciate the thought, but I can't accept your offer right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm aware. You still got business to take care of, don't you? At any rate, I'm glad I got to speak with you, Suzuki-san. And sorry for making you listen to such an old story.
No need to apologize. I learned a lot from your story. Thanks for sharing, Chief. This brings back memories.
Hey, Hamako-san.
Well, if it isn't Sayako. How's business? Raking in the cash, hon?
My club's doing okay. What about your place?
Now, if you're doing okay, then we must be more or less the same. Not much to do during slow hours, you know. Anyway, I see you brought an unfamiliar face with you.
I've only recently arrived in town. My name is Taichi Suzuki.
Come on now. What's with the fake name?
Huh? What fake name?
Don't play dumb with me. That awkward introduction of yours made it so obvious.
Was it really that awkward?
Maybe it's better if we just cut the bullshit with her.
Oh, I see how it is. Everyone's already in the know about your alias. Fine then, I'll play along. Taichi Suzuki-san, was it?
I guess there's no fooling you, Hamako-san.
Don't take it too hard, sweetheart. Stay in business long enough in this town and you'll end up just like me.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing.
This is Hamako-san. She's been in Ijincho longer than I have. She's like the underboss of this town. Or perhaps more aptly, a ghost haunting it.
So what's the story? You girls dump Ichiban for a new man?
Suzuki-san here helped me and Kasuga out of a bind. He's even more notorious than I am in the underground. Careful not to show disrespect, lest you embarrass yourself.
Enough of that. Keep up that talk and I'd be the one disrespecting Hamako-san.
Oh, looks like we have a real gentleman here. You treat all the ladies this way? And how do you know Ichiban?
How should I put this? The two of us used to work for the same company. Although we never met back then.
Ichiban really respects Suzuki-san. Oh, right, the two of them were in Hawaii until recently, too.
Huh. You guys must be real close if you went on vacation together. All right then, Suzuki-san. Why don't you stay a while? Have some tea with me.
Just you and me?
What? I'm not gonna eat you up or anything. Oh, are you too busy to have one cup of tea with an old hag like me?
All right. Let's have that cup of tea.
Now we're talking. Head on upstairs. I'll get everything ready.
Is this your shop?
Sure is. On the outside, we're an eating house. Normally, you'd be serviced by some girls. But if you're looking for that kind of special treatment, come back another time. Of course, I'll have to charge you for that.
No, I'm fine.
We're what society would call a shady business. Remember that politician, Ryo Aoki? A few years back, he came to Ijincho. He made this bold claim that Bleach Japan, the MPO, would build shelters. Said that girls who work in places like this, and their families, could live there free of charge and get job training. Sounded like a brilliant idea. Now that's real philanthropy, I thought. He even told me I could be the dorm mother. So I was near ready to sell this place off.
Why is this place still standing?
Because that shelter was a bald-faced lie. Ryo Aoki's true objective was to gain popularity and gather votes by wiping out the gray zones and everyone in it. I made my girls go to a shelter, but it ended up being a mousetrap. Lion's lair, actually. Yeah, they were all arrested and deported. The ones working here now are all new. The kind of girls who come work for me don't even have family back home. That's why they stay here in Ijincho. I was duped all because I was careless. Now I have no idea how any of those poor souls are doing.
I see. Sorry to hear it. But it sounds like you had no way of knowing that happened.
But the thing is, I should have known. Ichiban and them saw right through Ryo Aoki. They even had their suspicions about the shelter. Now they tried to warn me, but I still went and got myself fooled. I even yelled at Ichiban, telling him not to doubt Aoki's good intentions.
You're not the one at fault, Hamako-san. It's Ryo Aoki.
I know that, sure, but... Never got to apologize to Ichiban for yelling at him. Now it's been years since, so I completely botched the timing. And knowing him, he might not even remember that one minor detail. So I wondered, maybe I don't need to apologize. I never stopped wondering since.
Is that why you decided to confide in me? So I could be your messenger?
Come on, I'm not that shameless. Nah, I just wanted someone to hear me out, I guess. But there's no way I could tell Namba or Sayako. Nah, I don't need them seeing me weak and vulnerable.
And you thought I'd be a good confidant?
Well, Ichiban respects you, doesn't he? And you were with him until recently. Anyway, did he say anything about me while you two were off in Hawaii?
I think he might have told me he's over it now, or something.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. Yeah, I take it he never mentioned me, did he? And again, why would he? I didn't even know Ichiban was overseas.
I highly doubt he holds it against you. He's not the kind of guy who'd bear a grudge.
Sorry for taking up your time on my petty little issues. I feel bad.
Don't worry about it. We all have those nagging doubts in our heads. You're not alone on that. Even if you want to forget, you can't. Because you never got the closure you needed.
Closure. When you get to be my age, you're always gonna have unfinished business.
Right. I feel the same way. But recently, some things came up in my life that got me thinking. Tying up all those loose ends made me realize that sometimes getting closure is for the better. It's easy to keep putting things off. Until one day you're told your time's up.
Wait, what? Back up. Is something wrong with your health?
Earlier you said your issues were petty. But that can't be further from the truth. You never know if your time with friends and family might be cut short. So make every moment count. If it's really getting under your skin, then if I were you, I'd just apologize.
I think I get why you've got Sayako and Sun Hee waiting on you hand and foot.
They're doing what? Did you really have to put it that way?
Well, at any rate, I do feel better after talking to you, Suzuki-san. Now I'm actually looking forward to the next time I see Ichiban.
That's so. Glad to hear. Also, the tea was delicious. I should get going now.
And don't tell Psycho or anyone about this. You hear? After all, I'm supposed to be some hardened old ghost. So I can't have them think I've gone soft.
Don't worry. I can keep a secret. Thanks for the tea. And take care.
Taichi Suzuki, was it? Whoever he was, he must be a great man.
Feels like just yesterday. Ah, that takes me back. Feels like just yesterday. I remember this.
I overdid it.
Ah, that takes me back. Feels like just yesterday. This brings back memories. This brings back memories. Hmm? Uh-huh. Feels like just yesterday.
Say, Kiryu-san, have you heard? There's a legendary underground weapons shop nearby.
Legendary, you say?
Yeah, Ichiban and I have gotten goods there from time to time. The dealer's this shady guy who won't serve just anyone. You can't even meet him unless you pass a test first. But if Nan-chan and I bring you along, I'm sure he'd let you in too.
Oh, you're talking about Chow Ka Long. Legendary is quite the exaggeration, in my opinion.
There's a lot I don't understand, but I'm interested. It's nearby, right? Let's see it then.
Okay, you got it. Okay, Kiryu-san. The weapons dealer is usually just down the ladder.
All right, let's see what he's got.
Did you bring this crowd to me expecting a show? This isn't how we do things in the underworld. I'm not running some tourist attraction here.
Fortunately for you, I tagged along. And anyway, the fact that you're in business at all is thanks to me. So if you want to maintain your little sliver of autonomy, I suggest you mind your manners in front of me.
So says the Queen of Komiju. Very well then. I'll hold my tongue while you're here at least. But there's still someone I don't recognize. Who's he?
He's my guest. That's all you need to know. Don't tell me you're gonna throw a fit about this too.
A guest of Sun-Hee's? And yet, he appears familiar to me.
Hey, Sun-Hee. Remind me, What's this guy's name again?
Oh, he goes by Chow Ka Long.
Chow Ka Long. Chow Ka Long?
You ask my name, but won't give one in return. I don't appreciate being slighted like this.
He's Taichi Suzuki. There. Everything's square now. All right, Chao-san?
Let's see now. Sato is currently the most common surname in Japan. And guess what? Suzuki is right after that.
So, what's the problem?
It's a fake name, if I've ever heard one. You're practically introducing me to a John Doe.
Even so, what does it matter? I'm vouching for Suzuki-san's identity. So, how about you quit the bullshit and bring out your wares like a proper arms dealer?
Not happening.
What did you say?
Hey, you! Show me your face.
No, it's fine. I'll just leave. I'm not in the mood for this.
It couldn't be. Stop! Nobody move! I know exactly who you are. What a change. I barely recognized you. Guess that goes to show. The march of time is relentless.
Whatever it is you're going on about, you're clearly mistaken.
Oh, really? Well, your identity doesn't matter at this point. I'm not letting you leave. I told you from the start. You've stepped into the underworld.
Chow Ka Long. Do you understand what you're about to do? Are you prepared to make me your enemy?
On the contrary, Sunny. You're the one disregarding the delicate balance of the underworld. Not only did you bring a stranger before me, now you're trying to slither your way out of a deal. If word got out, who in Ijincho's underworld could bring themselves to trust in the Komichu?
I hear you. Fine. What do you want?
Testing his worth only seems fair. That's always been my standard for any new customers, after all. If I take him on, I'm sure I'll finally feel more familiar with our mysterious friend here.
If I'm worthy enough, he'll treat me like a customer, right? And drop the whole identity thing.
Sure. Agreed.
Are you sure you'll be all right, Suzuki-san?
Business negotiations were never my strong suit. Better to let my fists do the talking. If words can't get through to someone, in the end, you just gotta hope that they feel it.
How funny. We finally agree on something. Let's finish.
Let's do it!
I won't hold back.
Check this out!
Let's get it done!
I'll take it.
Damn it!
Looks like I passed. Chow Ka Long.
Quit playing dumb. You know who I really am, don't you?
What's going on?
Don't deny it! All those years ago, I fought you to the death! My name is Lao...
As far as I'm concerned, it's Chow Ka Long. And that's what I intend to call you. This is the underworld, like you said.
Pardon me?
And my name is Taichi Suzuki. That's all we need to know about each other. You said I'd be a customer if I won. Promises made in the underworld are never made lightly. Especially with the Queen of Komichu as our witness.
Exactly. Now, if you're satisfied, can we please carry on?
You! What's the meaning of this?
You're pretty powerful, I'll admit that. I assume your weapons are of the same caliber.
Without a doubt. After all, you won't find a better arms dealer than me.
That nearly went south. So, does this mean we're cleared to shop here now?
Yes. With my weapons in hand, your strength will be unmatched. In fact, I bet you could even make the Dragon of Dojima disappear.
Oh yeah? We'll just see about that.
Good grief. Thank goodness that's finally over.
Ah, that takes me back. That's nostalgic. This brings back memories.